let's go ahead and talk about the turn because that's really critical. So what he said, he was creating resistance in his lower body early and creating maximum leverage by creating a bigger arc early, okay? Now he's gonna free up. Once he gets past the 4 feet position, everything is in the right order, the right sequence. The club head, the shaft, the handle, the arms, then the torso, and then the hips are gonna free up from that point. So let's go ahead and get back into that position real quickly. So let's say that we've moved the club into the first 4 feet. Remember, we do not want the left wrist to flatten in that position, okay? We wanna keep the left wrist relationship the same as it was at address, okay? So he's gonna feel this. Now as he keeps turning, okay, and the key word is turning, he's finished loading, meaning he's finished the shift. He's into the inside of his right foot. From this position, we're gonna get rotational now. We're gonna feel arm rotation, torso rotation, and now he's gonna free up that right hip because we wanna load the right hip too. It's a huge power source. Okay, so from here, around this hub, everything stays rotational. Okay, now you can tell that he's freed up the right hip and he's back into his right heel. From a balance standpoint, that's really important. If he's out on his toes, he's gonna come over the top. So we've gotta feel him into the right heel. Now, one of the things I want you to see in the turn, now one of the things that Niall does very well, he's very supple and he's very strong, but his left arm is very soft. His right elbow is very soft. His wrists feel oily, okay? But he's still very much into control because of that grip we talked about. So from this position, he's in a maximum position to create torque, or what we call the X factor. His shoulders, as you saw with the Motion Golf video, was 170 degrees. With the average tour player, you might see him between 110 and 120. Okay, I think Sergio Garcia is the most that we've ever recorded, and it was about 140. We're talking 170, okay? That's how much degrees that his shoulders turn. Then if you look at his hips, your shoulders are gonna turn, most people say 90-45. Sorry, that's not the case. With the better players, the power players anyway, they turn their shoulders a lot more than that, okay? And their hips actually don't turn as far as most people thought, okay? Now with the power player, his hips turned about 50 to 55 degrees, but his shoulders went 170 something degrees. So now we're talking about 120 degree separation between hip and shoulders. So when you get that much difference between hip and shoulders, again, maximum torque, maximum speed. Again, we're talking about a world-class athlete. But for the average guy out there, I promise you, if you soften up your grip pressure, soften up your arms, soften up your shoulders, allow your body to be free, okay? That's very important. Get out of positions. Sequence creates positions. That's really important. I think when you get out on the golf range, too many times you get in the left side of your brain too much, which is the analytical, mechanical side. Stay into what you feel, like skipping the rock. That's very intuitive, very instinctive. You didn't think about how far you cocked your wrist and how far you swung your arms or how far you turned your shoulders. You did all those things without thinking. So that's one of the things that I want you to be mindful of is don't overthink, don't overtry. Feel free. I can tell you when Niall wants to hit the ball hard, I guarantee you he's not thinking about the A, B, C, D, E, F, G. He's trying to create the maximum leverage to hit that golf ball very hard and with direction. If you're in the right sequence, you can do both.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. My power secrets can instantly be yours. I promise your next round of golf, you will be crushing the ball 30 to 40 yards farther without any practice whatsoever. Read the information below to grab your risk-free 365-day trial of my power secrets and bonuses. You will have instant access to my power secrets in the next 5 minutes.